Greetings everybody on the wall. Welcome to today's video on how to be clear and concise. The importance of being clear. Welcome to Advancing Mindset. My name is Joshua and I am a mindset coach. I help people think positive, keep on advancing forward, especially when you are facing challenges or obstacles and you think you cannot move forward. I also help you be emotionally intelligent, so how to handle your emotions, because they control your involuntary nervous system. So by being able to handle your emotions, using the positive emotions, you can, able to handle your reactions to your body. So that's like fear, panic. So when you feel panic, your body responds to it. So by using positive emotions, learning how to control your mind, your body, and your mood, you're able to control your reactions or your state of mind. And number three, we also help people to take action, because sometimes we do all the positive thinking, we do all the prayers, meditation. That's it. We don't go ahead with following through the action, because the action is where the things happen, where the magic happens. Yes, we think it, we visualize. Sometimes people forget and we don't go for that. You don't make that call. You don't make that call. You don't ask the person out. You don't go buy that necessary product. So that's the key, the steps. You begin with the emotions, the feelings, the thoughts. You get your feeling inside, then you follow through the action. So welcome to Advancing Mindset. That's what we do here. So if you like the channel, please subscribe. You can share with your friends and also click the bell so you can get notified when I go live. But I'm live every day, Monday to Friday, during afternoon time from between 1 and 3. That's when time most people are either awake or not. So if you're in Asia, Far East, 8 hours ahead. So that's around 9-10 p.m. If you're in America, that'll be around early morning. So if you're in the UK, Africa, Middle East, that's okay. That's around 12 or 11. So that's a good timing for us in the UK here. That's the time. That's why I go live between early afternoon. So welcome to today's talking about how to be clear and concise. Because why sometimes being clear and concise is very important, especially if you're giving directions or if you're a leader or if you have the vision. To be honest, we are all leaders, but sometimes people expect others to lead them. So if you're a CEO, if you're an employer, if you're a breadwinner, if you're a driver, if you are, let's say, a host, there's some things you have to take on yourself. That position you're in, you have to be clear. I repeat, you must be clear, because you are giving people instructions, and your instruction can cause someone else to fail because you're in a position of authority or leading, and any misleading or unclear conversation can cost somebody's life or the loss of something. And that's when, because you're a leader and you're responsible, it is upon you. So being clear and concise is very important for you. Whatever your communication is, always about communication. It's mostly about ever communicating face to face with somebody or with an audience, as speaking verbally, or you can connect through writing, an email, you can put it through your contract, or you can write in the texts, or you can do WhatsApp or Facebook message. So nowadays, there are very many forms of writing, letters as well. So it's important that you are clear and it's easy to interpret. So I'm going to read for you the definition of clear, what clear means. It's an adjective. So clear means to be easy to perceive, understand, or interpret. So it's easy to perceive, understand, or interpret. So they say if you cannot explain to a 6-year-old, then it's not easy to interpret. We have big words as adults, which obviously have deeper meanings, but if you're speaking for people to understand, it's better to use clear, small words people can understand, that a 6-year-old can understand. We tend to big up ourselves with using big words, indefinite and minute, those big scientific words, which are great for hiding information, yes, but if you want clear information when nobody has question marks in their head, you have to be clear all the way. That's the best way of either sending information, writing an email, or speaking to somebody. So in the best way that is clear, that's easy to interpret, understand, or perceive. So as a person, as you are, we all tend to have leadership positions. We're all leaders, to be honest. Some people take it on as a personal responsibility. Some say, no, I don't want to be a leader. But to be honest, we're all leaders because we lead ourselves. So the best way is to always be clear with yourself. Be clear of where you stand. Be clear of who your friends are. Be clear of what you're doing. Be clear of what are your weaknesses, what are your strengths. Be clear of the consequences of what you're doing. So always be clear to yourself. I say begin with yourself. Be clear with yourself. What am I doing? Who are my friends? Is this going to help me? Am I being honest? Am I lying? Am I cheating? Am I being real? Am I being fake? Am I being successful? Am I losing? Am I failing? If you're clear of yourself, ask yourself those questions to be clear. Clarity is key. Always ask yourself questions, because sometimes you'll be surprised how much you hide from yourself. But those who are honest and upfront will take up an answer and be honest and feel the pain. Oh yes, I'm sorry I made that, and then let go and move on. Those who don't will hide it, run away from their problems, will not ask them, try and avoid it, and spend their life running around in circles, trying to avoid their problems, trying to avoid the honest truth, because why? It doesn't sit well with them, or it doesn't benefit them. I just don't want to do it, period, because they like the lies and the truth. But when they lie to, they don't like it as well, isn't it? So my point is, being clear and concise is very important for you as a person, isn't it? Wherever you are in the world, are you clear? If you're in a relationship, or you are married, or you're dating, or you have a business, or you're an employee, you need clear guidelines and rules, the boundaries, the things you need to do and not do. If you're in any other business contract, if you're not sure about where you are, then it's not clear. You must know exactly who you are with somebody, or where you are with somebody. Don't ask, are we dating? Are we getting married? Those questions, if they're in your mind, that means it's not clear. It's a two-way communication. If you're with somebody, they must communicate back to you and tell you exactly where they stand with you. Especially ladies, if a man wants to take you out and you want to, but let them know exactly what they want to do with you, what the plan is. Or same to you men as well. Sometimes men like chasing women, and then when they get them, they have no plan, because they're just chasing them. They didn't have a plan to keep them for long. And women think, oh, he's interested, oh, I'm ready, and then the guy was just chasing just for the fun of it, not because he wanted a long-term relationship. So if someone's chasing you, ask them why, for how long, why me. Ask them questions. Doesn't matter if it's man or woman, or it's a job. Someone's asking for your attention, for your time, ask them why me. And you'll be surprised what people might say. Oh, just pretending they just want to use you sometimes. So you have to be clear with people's motives, especially now. You have to be very clear with people's motives. Be very clear what people are going to say about you. Be 100% clear and say, you know what? No. Tell me more, and I'm not going to do it. No, ask me why. Why do you want me? Why do you want to be with me? Why do you choose me over her? Are you seeing somebody else? How much are you going to pay me? For how long? What if you don't stick up to your agreement? What are the consequences? What if I don't do my part? What if you don't do your part? Will you compensate me? So ask all those questions so you can have a clear vision of what happens. Think of the good and the bad. So number one is ask questions with some people you're going to meet. People wants to marry you, wants to employ you, wants to take you out. Then just go and say, okay, let's go. Why? Because some people have hidden agendas, and you will know, and sometimes you will not know until it is too late. So I'm gonna show you an article from IAE Procom, Professional Communication Society. They have an article on how to be clear and concise. So there we are. So this is, as you can see, there is the link to the article in the browser. You can go to procom.i.e.org/communication-resources-4/engineers-write-clearly-and-concisely. So this is a great topic. It's for engineers, but it also applies to others. You can use it. You can customize it for yourself or for your niche or your industry. So they start by asking a question: do you often have to verbally explain something you've written? Maybe writing clearly and concisely enough. Use this growing knowledge resource to learn how. So this is dealing with writing clearly and concisely. So they define writing clearly and concisely. So what's the meaning is, once you're choosing your words deliberately, you're constructing your sentences carefully and using grammar properly. So even when you're speaking, it kind of applies to the same situation. So being clear and concise is choosing your words deliberately, constructing your sentences carefully, and using grammar properly. So that is when you're clear and concise. You use the words deliberately. That means you're not just reacting any words you say, blah, blah, blah. No, you choose the word. Should I use clear? Should I use open? Should I use vague? Should I use positive? So, because each word has a kind of different meaning, and has a different effect. So by being clear and concise, you're choosing your words deliberately. That is a word that's one meaning I want to use for this part. So choosing your words deliberately. Also, you have to construct your sentences carefully and use the grammar properly. So why should you write clearly and concisely? So in order to succeed in your communication task, you need to keep your audience attention. So if you're speaking to somebody or you're speaking to an audience, so audience could be only anything from one person to public speaking, to be you're teaching, could be animals you're feeding, it could be the customers, could be your customers, could be your potential clients, it could be your parents, could be your children, or just anyone who is listening to your communication or receiving your communication. That is your audience. So to be honest, we all have audiences because we're all public speakers and orators and communicators. But writing clearly and concisely is one way to capture and retain your audience's interest. Yes? So if you want to capture your audience's interest, you want to use your words, deliberate words. So always learn to capture those what are called influencers, those who speak well. Rambling on conversely may lose your audience attention. So rambling on, oh hi, this went there, went there, this is boring, But that may lose your audience's attention. So choose your words deliberately. So the words you choose can either enhance or interfere with your meaning and your audience's comprehension. So the words you choose can either enhance or interfere with your meaning and your audience's comprehension. So to give you a guideline here how to choose it. So the key is use simple words. I repeat, please use simple words. Use simple words. We tend to use the big words to sound big, to fit our ego, but always use simple words. So this table shows commonly used elaborate words and the simple alternatives. So if you have a big word which might sound jargon to others because we don't know the meaning, always break it down. So ascertain, commence, constitute, fabricate, initiate, terminate, transmit, utilize. These are more like tier 3 vocabulary, which is good for a certain niche. But if you're communicating to an audience who don't understand that and on different levels, you need to break it down so they can understand. Find out, begin, make up, build, begin, end, send, use. These are words you can use if you are with your peers and they understand it, yes. But if you're in a simulation, like working if in an army or if you're giving instructions to your employees, but if you're communicating to an audience who don't understand your message, you have to use the simple words. Always use the simple words. So you want to replace the vague words with specific ones. Don't use vague words which somebody might not think what are the meanings. Yes. So also use the words which sound similar, which people can relate to. So once you use a synonym or like a abbreviation called RAM, RAM, people like, what's RAM? People might get different definitions in their mind. So instead of using RAM, say random access memory. That makes more sense. Some people use a lot of abbreviations. People don't know what they mean, so people might make up their own abbreviation because they don't know what it is. So you have to clearly speak each word so people can know, Sometimes people don't know, oh, that's what it meant, I didn't know. So this is another example, different words which we don't know, but they are abbreviations put together. So by knowing the full word, you understand the word itself. Another way is to replace vague words with specific ones. So vague words are words which are abstract and they conceal the meaning of the word. But at times when you're hiding somebody, yes, but if you're speaking to people who want to get the interest, you have to use specific words. Specific words, on the other hand, precisely and shortly convey your meaning. So example here the giving is vague. The ACME or Acme Corporation is developing a new consumer device that allows users to communicate vocally in real time. Another way is specific. The ACME or Acme, some people say that Corporation is developing a new cell phone or smartphone. Sometimes we use long words to sound big, sound fancy, but the simple way is just a cell phone. A device, a electronic device, or it could be a tablet. So those are a way of using vague words and specific words. Also, eliminate unnecessary words, please. We use it a lot. So we add in other words into our email and makes it longer. An example is, before, I received and read the email you sent yesterday and about the report you're writing for the project. I agree it needs a thorough close edit from someone familiar with your audience. After, make it simple. I received your email about the project report and agree it needs an expert edit. Simple. Straight to the point, clear and concise. Simple. Next one, before. Basically, the first widget pretty much surpassed the second one in overall performance. In simple terms, the first widget performed better than the second. So eliminate the unnecessary words in your language and your writing. So all these examples can use. In other words, the engineer considered the second monitor an unneeded luxury. After, the engineer considered the second monitor a luxury. There you are. That's an example of repetitive words. An unneeded luxury, as repetitive. Redundant words. The test revealed conduction activity that was peculiar in nature. After, the test revealed peculiar conduction activity. So these are ways of being clear and concise. This is mostly about engineering. So I'll leave it for you. I'll put for you that put a link in the live stream so you can see it. But that is one way of being clear. So there are numerous examples over there which you can use for being clear, isn't it? But all in all, there are plenty of those. So you want to replace redundant words. So you want to replace redundant words. You want to remove excessive details. You want to use the jargon. Forget the jargon. Abbreviations, pick them out. You want to remove repetitive words. You want to take excessive detail. You like also to replace the vague words with specific ones. So all these are ways in which this can make it clear and concise. And also add in the do's and the don'ts of what you are doing. So it's a long topic. I was just reading a few of them. Also use the appropriate voice, not your tonations in there. Use transitions. These are words and phrases that indicate connections between sentences. You should use them at the beginning of sentences to connect ideas. You want to monitor nominalizations. How about using forms of the verb be before the report is waiting for your approval? The report awaits your approval. The report is waiting. It awaits. That's a good one. So these are more details on how you can get in there. But I'll leave the topic for you to answer over there. But so there are plenty of ways in which you can be clear with your writing. I'm going to go to as an example. I put a link over there. So that is one way in which you can improve your writing. So be clear. Use specific words. Use your words deliberately. Don't explain too much. Don't use too many words to explain one small thing. A lovely drink which energizes you. Water, juice, simple. Some people try to make it so complicated and so wow. So learn to be clear with your communication. Use your signals. Speak slowly. Use emphasize on words which you want people to pronounce more. I heard. Anyway. And with at the end of a sentence, always go down. You can know you've ended a sentence. So be clear of what to do and what not to do. But there are plenty more ways of which you can be clear, but those are some of the ways you want to be clear. So be clear with your partner, with your business, with your employees, with your friends, your neighbors. This is where you stand. These are the boundaries. This is what we want from both of us. It's what I expect. What do you expect is what I expect. How will we do it? Let us be clear where we stand. Are we dating? Are we separate? Are we together? Are we partners? Are we friends? Always be clear with everyone who you know where they stand. Don't just walk into something and say, I assume we're together, but I thought she loved me. I thought he loved me. I thought he employed me. I thought you're going to pay me. I assumed you're going to pick me up. Always be clear. Are you going to pick me up? What time? Do you want to still be with me? No. Are you going to buy me? What is the price for this thing? Are you going to change your mind? What time is the event? How long will you be? Why do you want to be with me? Why did you choose me? Why don't you like me? How do you feel about me? Ask questions, especially men who like asking questions. Men like being quiet, who are ego. They've been told not to ask questions. But men, talk about your feelings. How do you feel? Ask questions. Ask questions. It makes you more masculine when you ask questions. You gotta know. It makes you more positive. It makes you more alpha. Ask questions. People want to use and abuse sometimes. They don't know because you don't ask questions. Say, hey, you like me? What do you want my number for? What do you want to come to my house for? What do you want my books for? Why do you want to join my business? What do you want me to come date you? Why? Ask them why and see what exactly is on their mind. Sometimes people might not know why they want you. Sometimes might be trying to cheat or lie to you. You never know. But by asking questions, you get out what's hidden, what is vague. You get out of it, of their system or what they're trying to do. So you'll be shocked at what you find out by asking questions to people who you think are your friends or you're hanging out with. They'll even tell you, no, I don't like you. You'll be shocked. Like, oh, I thought they liked me. But no, because you assumed and because you like the same food, you look similar, from the same country, probably it looks like probably your family, and you thought, oh, okay, this person is cool. So no, be clear with where you are, where you're coming from, and where you're going. Who you talk to, who you befriend, who you want to date. Always be clear with those things. Be 100% clear. So you don't leave no room for error or for failure or mistakes, because those things can be costly. The more clear you communicate to somebody, like, okay, I'm looking for this kind of person. This is who I want. This and that. They will know if I'm not the one, don't apply. If you're the one, they will come to you. But if you say I'm looking for a partner, anybody can apply. I'm looking for a partner who is working, who is this kind of person, who is happy, who is loyal. I'm looking for a person who can work together. I'm looking for somebody who is tall. I prefer someone who's tall, probably from this part of the world. I like somebody who is educated, someone who knows how to cook. Those are things which are clear. Now people can say, oh, I know what I want. I'm buying a car. I'm looking for a car which has a 6-seater, or you want a 12-seater. Do you want a big engine? You want a small engine? All those things matter. You're buying a house. 1-bedroom house, 2-bedroom house, 3-bedroom house. You want a backyard? You want a front yard? You want a garage? You want a pool? Ask questions to get clear. Looking for a job. Which kind of job? How much do they pay you? How many hours do you work? What do they expect? Do you have the qualifications? Is there a bonus? Is there a way to upgrade or to move up the ladder? Think about all those things when you're applying for anything. You know, move to another country. Why? How is the culture over there? Are they nice? Are they good? Are they discriminatory? Is it cheap? Is it a lot of violence? Is it a lot of hunger? Is there poverty? Look, ask those questions so you be clear of what you're going to do before you take your action. Always ask questions, 100 questions until you're 100% clear what you're doing. Ask a lot. Always know a lot about what you're going to do, so you can make a very decisive decision, a very exact decision, because you have all the evidence. Right? That's the good, that's the bad, that's the consequences. That's what if this goes wrong? Do I have a plan B? Do I have to come out? Who can I call? So you are clear, and then you follow through in the battle. So once those things happen, you have a bit more control. Yes, I'm not saying you have control of everything, but you know what to do. You can come back. You can know when to stop, when to go ahead, how to communicate, how to stop, how to stand up, how to back down, how to win, how to lose, and that is more because you have a rounder, bigger picture. So that is the point of being clear. I hope you enjoyed that. So being clear is very important. It's key. I say for everyone, but especially if you're a leader and you have authority over many people who are looking to you for instruction and guidance, then you have to be 100% clear, because sometimes their lives depend on you. If you're by yourself, still be clear, but sometimes you have less responsibility. But the more responsibility you have, the more clear you should be. Everyone should be clear. It'll be a lot better if everyone was clear. That way things will be a lot better. But if you're the driver, if you're the taxi, if you're leading people and they're counting on you, then you should know the instructions. You should know, be clear where you're going exactly, because they are counting on you and you have taken a position of taking them where they want to be. So have a great day, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that. So if you are new to the channel again, once again, my name is Joshua. We help people with positive thinking, emotional intelligence, and taking smart, positive action. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below, or you can even click the bell for notifications so you can get notified when I go live. But I'm here Monday to Friday, and I shall see you tomorrow for another live video on advancing mindset. So have a great day, look after yourself, and goodbye.